Hi. Today I'm outside in nature, as you can see, by my tree. And I have a question. Are you living in a bubble of your own making? This comes to me because I found my iPod. Remember iPods? And I remember when the iPod first came out, it was really amazing, but also sad because everyone put their little white headphones on and walked around as if, they were isolated individuals and nobody else existed. At least that's how I felt walking around on campus at Arizona State University when I first got my iPod. So I deliberately took those white headphones out of my ears and tried to listen to nature, tried to talk to people. And the other day I went to Starbucks. I don't usually go to Starbucks, but I did. And everyone in there was like on their phone, on their computer, with their headphones on, isolated people. And I thought, this is kind of sad. So I want to know, are you living in a bubble? But that's not the only kind of bubble we could live in. I made a list of some bubbles. Another one that came up the other day was confirmation bias. I was talking about how great the internet is and how I love it, and then people are like, yeah, except for if you go on the internet, you can find confirmation bias. You can just believe anything and look it up and it'll support your views. And I thought, yeah, that's true. That's true. That's another way we're living in a bubble. We're just reading stuff that supports our own assumptions, and that's not really a good thing, right? Especially if our assumptions are wrong. And then there's a bigger bubble we could be living in, and we'll call that our fantasy life. Have you created a fictitious reality that you live in inside your head? Yeah, that's kind of bad too. Do you want to live with fiction or do you want to live with reality? So, are you living in a bubble of your own making? I've named 3. You can think of other bubbles we create. But how do we get out of this? How do we get out of the bubble? Well, I think the first one, the isolation, take your headphones out. Take the earbuds out of your ear, and you know what? If you have an opportunity to talk to people, talk to people. In my class, students come in, they look at their phones all day long, and they don't even look up to see that there are classmates there that they could be conversing with. So maybe we need to stop being so isolated. Think about the importance of conversation with your fellow humans and take the headphones out. I know you need them sometimes. Maybe you're being an introvert and you want some space. I get it. The confirmation bias problem, critically think about what you're reading, what you're assuming. Be exposed to alternative views. I know we want to live in a safe space and be, protected from controversial ideas, but you know what? You have to think it through. There are bad ideas out there, and you need to think it through. And then your fantasy life. This is probably the one I deal with the most in philosophy. People creating reality for themselves. You don't get to create reality, okay? You get to discover reality. So if you've created a reality for yourself, you better stop and think about the assumptions upon which you're creating that reality. Check your philosophy, okay? How do we know? What is real? What is the good life? Have you created that, or have you discovered that? And discovering it means you have to get in touch with reality. So I would say all of these bubbles we're in are keeping us from reality. So that's why I'm out in nature today. I think nature is where you can get in touch with reality. Okay, this is it. This is where beauty happens. You have to take your headphones out and listen. So I would say go out in nature, be exposed to other views, and check your assumptions. All right, what did we talk about today? Are you living in a bubble? I hope not. Get out of your bubble. All right, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share.